Good morning and welcome to Warrior Wisdom Wednesday on Coffee with Alain. Hope your week is going well. If you are in one of the places that got hit by that storm, I hope you're staying safe. My daughter had 2 snow days yesterday and Monday. I think they're going back to school today. She didn't update us. She said if it would have been Montana, wouldn't have been a deal, but they're in Philly, they couldn't deal with it like they can here in Montana. So they had 2 days of school closure. A friend of mine, his daughter in New York, said, yeah, a lot of New York City was closed down as well. So the storm is wreaking havoc with places, and I hope you're just staying safe. I did see an article saying about a number of deaths caused to this winter storm recently. And so that's why I say it. You have to be prepared. You have to know about cold weather and how to keep yourself safe in cold weather. And that's why I put out articles and discuss it at times, because it is something that can be serious. So I hope everybody's staying safe. Wanted to share this quote that I posted on Facebook. And for whatever reason, this one took off. Well over 6,000 likes, over 1,300 shares, and hundreds of thousands of views. So this has actually been one of my most popular posts ever. I posted it and just blew up and took off. So it's resonating with people. So I thought I would share it here. You train in martial arts, not for trophies or titles, but for the discipline, awareness, and resilience that shape how you move through life. And I believe that. Now, I have people that come on there and say, no, trophies aren't a bad thing and this and that. And I would agree. I have often posted and I have written articles about many paths and many journeys that martial arts can take you upon. And I'm not against competing and getting trophies and medals. When I first started in judo, I competed, and I was proud of the trophies. Got an ippon in one tournament that I went on to take first place in my division. And because of that ippon, I practiced that throw more and more and more and more. And that same throw, or a bastardized version of it, came into play a time or two in actual confrontations and helped me out. So it got its foundation, though, competing in judo, and it was winning a tournament, getting a trophy that made me want to practice even more. So I get it. But as I aged and kept training, trophies, belts, titles, all of that became sort of irrelevant to me. Don't really care. I like to train. I like to learn. I like to practice. I like to teach others. That's what's important to me. And I like the extra things that I have gained through study of martial arts, even more than the physical aspects that helped me in real encounters. So that's my personal journey and philosophy, but it does not negate other people's journeys, other people's reasons for training. My reason resonated with a lot of people that agreed and share this purpose and reason for martial arts. Not with everyone, though, and that's okay. I'm actually going to post something this Saturday about climbing up the mountain, different paths. So I will post more about that and write more about that, just like I will post more about training for the discipline, awareness, and resilience, and not caring about trophies, belts, or titles, because that is my core philosophy. I've often been asked why my rank is this and not higher. I've turned down offers of rank and titles from organizations that didn't really know me, They just wanted me and my books and my outreach to be part of their organization. And I didn't want that. And so I'm happy with learning, training, teaching. That's what I do. And that's my philosophy and what I believe in. Sort of the Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi, black belt at JCPenney, 398. Karate, but to me, martial arts are in here. And that's what it is for me. So I wanted to share that because it resonated with so many people, and thought, people here listening, it might resonate. But I also wanted to explain that I get it. There are other paths, other journeys. I want to say good morning to a couple people. I'm going to remove this and say good morning to Thad. Thank you for being here, Thad. Appreciate you saying hello and good morning. Dixon said, I prefer that today you fill my warrior spirit with wisdom and leave the provoking thoughts for tomorrow. Thank you, Dixon. And Dixon said, okay, mission accomplished. I appreciate that, Dixon. Then I also, because it is warrior wisdom, we're talking about martial arts, I have to acknowledge the passing of Grandmaster Ji Han-jae. I talked about Grandmaster Ji along with Grandmaster Huang and Grandmaster West earlier this month. We lost Grandmaster Huang and Grandmaster West at the end of December. And at the time I made that show, we knew the passing of Grandmaster Ji was going to be soon. And he did pass away today. I never got to meet Grandmaster Ji or train with him. However, I have trained with one of his top students. I'm showing a picture now of Taekwondo Times magazine with Grandmaster Ji and Grandmaster Ken McKenzie on the cover. Ken McKenzie was one of Grandmaster Ji's top students, trained with him for decades. And I have been friends with Ken now for over a decade and have learned from him and heard stories from him about his experiences with Grandmaster Ji. And so I sort of know about Grandmaster Ji through him. And so I wanted to acknowledge the passing of Grandmaster Ji Han-jae today. It's a sad day for the Hapkido community because he is one of the last, if not the last, from that generation of Hapkido practitioners that helped develop and create the art. He was extremely influential in creating, developing, and spreading the art of Hapkido. And the Shinmu Hapkido is his organization. I am drinking out of my Shinmu Hapkido mug today. This mug was a gift from Ken McKenzie one year. And so I have the Shinmu mug and wanted to pay tribute to the passing of Grandmaster Ji Han-jae. Dixon also said, by the by, I really enjoyed your post about making a difference, hence the one that started with making the right choice. Thank you, Dixon. And Dixon said, I hadn't heard. Rest in peace, Doju Ji. Yes, I just learned this morning. I think he passed away early this morning. And so a few posts were just being made. One of the posts I read was from Grandmaster Ken McKenzie. And so I wanted to acknowledge that this morning since we were talking about martial arts and warrior wisdom. And he was definitely a huge influence in the martial art community and especially the Hapkido community. So one last time, you train in martial arts, not for trophies or titles, but for the discipline, awareness, and resilience that shape how you move through life. That's part of my philosophy, my reason for training. If yours is different, that's okay. There are many paths up the mountain. I'll be posting about that Saturday, might even be talking about it next Wednesday on Coffee with Alain, Warrior Wisdom Edition. But until then, make it a wisdom-filled Wednesday, and I'll be back to see you tomorrow.